Hi, welcome to Mystic Soul Mornings. My name is Jess. Whether you've been here to this channel before or not, welcome, and it's a pleasure to have you here. So I've been trying to film this video for like 2 weeks now. I was supposed to film this back during Valentine's Day, and that is how long I have been holding off on seeing these books. But a little context, the other day I was looking for magazines on Facebook Marketplace because I really want to get into collaging, but I was like, I'm not just gonna go out and buy new magazines. That just does not seem financially responsible. I was like, I'm just gonna see if somebody has like a huge stack of magazines they're trying to get rid of or something like that. I had no such luck on Facebook Marketplace, I have to say. I did see a bunch of other cool stuff, but I kind of went down the rabbit hole there, to be honest. But I did not see any magazines. But what I did find was a listing for 20 books for $20. And the listing had like 2 pictures that I could see kind of some of the books, but really I do not remember any of these books that are in here except for like a few of them. It was like stuff about ancient Egypt, which is very funny because my boyfriend actually just bought me a book about ancient Egyptian mythology that I'm super interested to get into. So I figured those would complement the book I just got really well. I was like, I'll take them. Can I please come pick them up whenever? When I did get the box, I like opened it to see just kind of like the state of the books, and already like the top one, that's one of the ones I saw too. So I know about 3 of the books that are in here and none of the rest. And I was like, I can do kind of like a video on it and see what I got. And if there's books that just have no interest to me, I'm going to go ahead and donate those. I'm going to keep the books that obviously are interesting to me. I'm going to be using what I can for collaging. So let's go ahead and without further ado, see what is in here. Okay, I switched over to like my tarot reading view because that way we could see the books better. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is, excuse me, this is the one that I saw when I opened the box, which is, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So What Star by Brian Jones. And this book, I did flip through it a little bit. Basically, it's like constellations. So let's just flip to a page right here. The Great Andromeda Galaxy. Andromeda plays host to the celestial showpiece Messier 31.
And 31, more popularly known as the Great Andromeda Galaxy. So prior to the 20th century, the Andromeda Galaxy, along with other objects of its type, had been thought of as a gas cloud. I'm like stumbling over my words this morning. Located within the confines of the Milky Way.
So I guess it tells us a lot about these constellations. Oh, look, there's a how to see the stars. Ooh, you know what? I never even thought in like my whole life to use binoculars to look at the stars. For some reason, I was like, no, binoculars are for the day. I have always wanted a telescope and plan to get one eventually. But binoculars, wow, I never even thought of that. So I guess it teaches you how to see the stars, and it gives you a lot of information about it. So that's really awesome. This looks like a really amazing book to learn about the constellations. I'm super excited about this. I think this is going to be a great resource for me for like just learning about the space and constellations and stuff, and like tangent with astrology and stuff as well. So yeah, if you're interested in this book, it's called What Stars? Super Bowl, let's see, I'm not that great at Roman numerals. 24, Denver Broncos versus San Francisco 49ers. So let's see, 1990. Okay, so this is from 1990. I guess it's information about the football, about the football. Yeah, you know, about the football. I'm not a football fan at all. My boyfriend is though, so I'm gonna show this to him and see if he thinks that there's anything worth. Of course there's something worth something in here. I mean, I'm not, just because I'm not interested in it doesn't mean anything, but I am very tempted to use this for collaging. So I'm going to ask him if he thinks that there's, just worth saving this and not cutting into it so that somebody else can enjoy it. But if he's like, if he gives me permission to, basically, I will definitely use this baby for collaging, because I mean, there's a lot of football stuff in here, but there's also like just other images as well that I could use. Like, I would love to use this. There's car stuff in here too, and it's just stuff from the ads and stuff. So even the cover would be really nice to use for collaging. So I feel like there's gonna be people mad at me for that. I don't know why I have to keep like making excuses for it, but yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Greenhouses, planning, installing, and using a greenhouse. Oh my gosh. This is so interesting because I have been recently like looking at greenhouses. Like, some people had some for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Like, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace is such like an amalgamation of different things. Like, it's like Craigslist, it's like Etsy, it's so many things. And there was like a listing for a greenhouse, and it said $100, and I was like, $100 for a greenhouse? Like, that's, and it was beautiful and it looked new. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. And then when I clicked on the listing, it was like, they will build you a greenhouse and you could pay like $100 a month for it or something like that. I think it was like $15,000 or something, but it was a really nice greenhouse. So it's so interesting. I will, as beautiful as this would be for collaging, I shan't be cutting into this, because look at this. This is beautiful. Like, building your own greenhouse, are you kidding me? I absolutely love that. When was this published? Let's see. In 1978. So it's getting started. Building the greenhouse, buying and assembling a kit, outfitting the greenhouse, managing the greenhouse, building solar greenhouses and sun pits, using your greenhouse. Wow. That is lovely. I'm definitely going to read through this and just get an idea of what it's like to build your own greenhouse, especially the maintaining it part. That's really interesting. This is right up my alley, because I definitely want to have a greenhouse whenever we move to wherever we end up moving. Oh my gosh. These books are so amazing. The guy who sold them to me, he was so sweet and so nice. He said that, I mean, he just told me this, like, it was very open information for him, that it was his partner's mother's, who she had passed away. It was her books that he was trying to sell. So I never met this woman, obviously, but she had a very unique taste, very aligned with my own, I have to say. So Treasures of, I know this is like King Tut, so I'm gonna just call it that because I don't want to butcher that name. National Gallery of Art, Field Museum of Natural History, and University of Chicago. Okay, so this book must be like all of the stuff they found in his tomb with him. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Such beautiful pictures. This would make an excellent coffee table book. Look at this. This is so beautiful. Very interesting. I will also, don't worry guys, I will not be cutting this one up at all. I could never. Look at this. This is beautiful, and it's going to really complement my Egyptian books that I already have. I cannot wait to delve deep into that. So this is fascinating. I love that. It's called The Treasures of, King Tut. And let's see, it was published 1976 by the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Interesting. Super interesting. I love the cover too. How to design and build decks and patios. Okay, so a lot of like DIY books here. Okay, so how to design and construct your own outdoor living areas, tips on choosing the best paving materials, ideas for building steps and walls, paving patterns, and more. So the thing about books like this is that I feel like they are kind of outdated. So I'm going to go through this and see if there's anything here that's actually, valuable to me. I mean, realistically, if I were to build a deck, I probably wouldn't build it myself. And if I did, I don't know if I would use a source like this. To be honest, I'd probably want to go with something a little more modern. This was published probably in the 70s. Okay, here it is, 1979. Yeah. So I don't know. Let me know, like, guys, like, let me know if y'all think that this is worth keeping. Let me know, because I am feeling tempted to use it for collaging. I will not lie. At the same time, maybe this is like very valuable to somebody and I don't want to, you know, just take the pictures and leave the rest of the information and then there's nothing to do with it. And I don't know, I might end up donating this one. Garden Pools, Fountains, and Waterfalls, a sunset book. Now let's see, this was published in 1974. So it has fountains, waterfalls, and streams, garden pools, water gardens, and fish ponds, building and maintaining your pool. Okay, so all the pictures are in black and white. Interesting. So this is another one that I think I'm going to go through and look and see if there's actually valuable information here for me. But once again, tempted to use this for collaging, especially because all the pictures are in black and white and I think that would look really amazing in a collage. So let me know what y'all think of this one. What should I do with this one? Better Homes and Gardens, Water Gardens, How to Create Beautiful Fountains, Ponds, and Streams. This was published in 2001, so it's a little more recent. Beautiful photographs. Okay, so the gardens, the basics, recommended plants. From parrot feather to water lilies, here are the best plants to use in and around your water garden. Listing includes flower, color, fragrance, bloom time. Okay, so I feel like that is very valuable information, and I feel like this is a beautiful book. Okay, so for a concrete pond, you're going to need garden hose or rope,
masonry trowel, ready-mix concrete reinforcing mesh, 6-inch stakes, polyethylene sheets, burst pavers or cut stone, pipe or conduit, soft bristle brush, full paint.
So, okay, so they say this is advanced. This is like difficult to make this. It would take 8 or 9 days to make it. But I mean, how valuable to know how to make that, right? Like, I love this. I think this is one of those books that I'm definitely going to reference for like when we're in our forever home one day. That's funny. That's cute. They made the boots like little water accents. That's cute. Okay, yeah, so I think there's definitely valuable information here, especially with the recommended plants. Absolutely. Okay, so this book is staying. I'm keeping this just to reference in the future. I'm not cutting it up, don't worry. Okay, I love the way this book looks. It is such a beautiful cover. I love the two tones. I love the the screen, almost screen printed look of this. You could tell it's faded over time. Practical Guide to Home Landscaping. Let's see. Reader's Digest. Okay, so this is a Reader's Digest book. Let's see. 1972. Good ideas for your garden, planning, planting, construction. So this woman, may she rest in peace, she absolutely loved gardening and gardens and all of that. So that is lovely. I love that so much. I feel very honored to have these things. Now, I don't know if there's any pictures in this. Sit back and think about the future. What a terrifying prompt, I have to say. Okay, this is very nice. Somebody when I see books like this, especially older ones, I just think wow, somebody really put their heart and soul into making this. They talk about fences. I'm sure there's some really nice design. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is the dream to own a property like that. That is beautiful. Okay, this I feel like is very interesting and valuable, and all of these books are going to be important for me one day to go back and look at as inspiration for when I am designing a garden or something like that. So this one is going to be kept for sure. It looks lovely. Okay. We have this one, Paint Effects for the Home, Step-by-Step Projects You Can Paint. That's interesting. Like a lot of home improvement stuff here. Oh, okay. So I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see. Okay, so the contents. I was trying to find a publishing date. Northlight Books, Cincinnati. I think I have another book from them, and it's like a reference, animal photo references that are like copyright free. So I know they make like really interesting books. Okay, I can't find a publishing date on this. Maybe the back says it. No. So marvelous murals you can paint. Trompe l'oeil murals using stencils. Okay, so this looks like it's a faux wood grain. So this is definitely like not so much practical painting your home. This is more like artistic, like putting artistic flair on your on your walls, which I am 150% here for. I love that. Absolutely love that. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen a more beautiful little dresser or something? That is absolutely gorgeous. Especially like it accented by what's above it. That's so beautiful. Here it looks like they painted on the tile. I absolutely love that. This is like stuff that like really makes your place unique. And I know like renting a space, you can't really do this. This is like lovely. This is lovely. Okay, so it tells you equipment and materials, preparing your design and projects. Okay, interesting. So here they're doing like clouds, which would be lovely on a nursery or for a nursery. Really pretty. Okay, so it looks like a lot of it is kind of like, okay, I was gonna say they're kind of like smaller designs, but here it looks like he painted inside the molding so that it looks like windows. Isn't that like so, like such a good idea and so unique? That is absolutely beautiful, right? Like you're just imagine like you're sitting in a dining room, and instead of like, I mean, if your dining room has walls, yeah, you know, if your dining room has walls, if your dining room has windows, obviously I don't think this is something you need to do, because you know you just want to see the outside. But if you don't have windows in your dining room for whatever reason, this is an amazing idea. And adding molding to an already existing wall is like very easy. Like I know there's tons of YouTube videos on it, so doing something like this would absolutely like be an option, especially leaving the space of wall. It really does feel like a window. So he teaches about perspective. Here he like is painting. Ooh, doing heavy metal. This is, I feel like, not just practical for like a wall, excuse me, but also for like just art in general, because I don't know how to paint heavy metals in like gouache and all of that. So I feel like this is just a very good book for just painting in general. So I am absolutely in love with this book, and I'm very happy that this is part of it. I love this. All right, my stack of books is getting taller and taller. Oh, it's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I never read any Harry Potter books. I did watch all of the movies, but I was never like really a Harry Potter girl. Yeah, I will not be keeping this book. I'm going to donate it, and I'm sure somebody would love to have it. So I'm going to go ahead and donate that one. Next book is The Marine Reef Aquarium. It's a comprehensive, highly practical book. Clearly explains how to set up and maintain a stunning reef aquarium. So I do not see myself owning a reef aquarium anytime in the future, because first of all, I know they are very expensive to maintain. Second of all, I feel like having a reef aquarium in your house, like I would rather the fish just be in their natural habitat, you know? So I don't really see myself at all at any point, you know, using this book. I have to say the desire to use this for collage is very high, and I know somebody's going to be in the comments. Maybe, I don't know. But I know somebody will probably not like that. It's something that I don't necessarily even agree with, having like a reef aquarium in your house, because I just feel like they could just be in their natural habitat, you know. And you know, people might disagree with me. I'm sure they will. Yeah, I don't see myself ever using this book, so I'm going to have to think on it, because let me tell you, I could use this book for collaging for sure, but it's also like a book. I don't want to cut it up. I don't know. I'm torn on this one. I'm not sure. Ooh, okay. Total Massage. I love that. It's like Total Wine, but it's Total Massage. Okay, so this was published in 2004. My best friend, she's actually a massage therapist, so I might like ask her to like glance over this book and let me know if any of it is like still very accurate, because this is like really interesting. I absolutely love this. Are you kidding me? Like, knowing how to massage properly, that is huge. That is huge. Apricot oil is particularly suitable for facial massages. That's awesome. Okay, so very interesting. I'm definitely going to show her this book and let her tell me if it's like accurate, if it's a good reference to have, because I would love to know how to. Obviously, I'm not going to like study it like a textbook, like I'm like if I were to become a massage therapist or anything like that, but I'm definitely going to like look at it like just to know how to massage properly, because I saw there's also sections for self-massage, so that's really nice. This is a Time book, Hurricane Katrina, the storm that changed America. I actually live in Louisiana. I was 10 when Hurricane Katrina hit, and we did not live in New Orleans. We got some bad weather, but nothing like New Orleans. So I remember all of this time very vividly in my mind. My boyfriend, he actually was very near New Orleans at this time when the hurricane hit. And it was, I mean, we still talk about it here in Louisiana. It's a huge, almost like a BCAD situation for us. It's like before Katrina and after Katrina here in Louisiana. So I remember all of this very vividly. I don't know if I want to have a book like going into details, but because I like this poor woman, I know what happened. I was there. I could see this being interesting to people that were not here at the time. And so this is going to get donated for sure. Okay. Oh my gosh. Egyptian hieroglyphs for everyone. Stop. I didn't even know a book like this existed. Egyptian Hieroglyphs for Everyone, an introduction to the writing of ancient Egypt. Oh my gosh. And look how thin it is. This is very digestible. I am absolutely in love with this. So this woman was super interesting lady. She had so many Egyptian books. She really was after my own heart. This was published in 1968. That was the year my parents were born. Okay, foreword, how to start learning about hieroglyphs, the alphabet by literals, determinatives, writing direction, the scribe, writing tools, pronunciation, the calendar. Also, I want to say all of these books are in absolutely great condition. So she really took care of her books. This is super interesting. Like, imagine being fluent in hieroglyphs and being able to like read them. That is amazing. I will definitely be keeping this book and looking into it. So this is by Joseph and Lenore Scott, if you are interested in purchasing that. Okay, the next book. Dr. Paul V. Loisel, The Kitchlid Aquarium. 1985. Okay, so what is a Kitchlid?
Kitchlid as aquarium resident, setting up the Kitchlid Aquarium, furnishing the Kitchlid Aquarium, maintaining it,
troubleshooting. Okay. So I guess it's like a very specific type of fish. This book is like filled with ASMR. Okay. Interesting. I've never heard of this fish species. The pages aren't sticky. It sounds like they are, but they're not. Once again, I'm not planning on having like an aquarium at any point. And if I do, it probably wouldn't be anything major. So this book probably is not for me, especially because even if I did, I wouldn't be obsessed with like or limit myself to one type of fish, even though they do look very varied. Interesting book. The Kitchlid Aquarium. That's how you pronounce that. Okay, there is no cover on this. Okay, I was gonna say self-hypnotism. Oh my gosh, that is so interesting. These are some of the most interesting books I have ever come across. That is amazing. Self-hypnotism, the technique and its use in daily living. Let me make sure I'm even still recording. This book is not in the greatest condition. The Amazing Pendulum. Believe it or not, this miracle is happening to millions of people all over the country right this minute. For thousands of physicians
and psychotherapists across the nation are using a magnificent new discovery to bring thrilling new health of the body, mind, and soul to Americans everywhere. The device called Chevreul's pendulum has now been brilliantly adapted to the practical purpose of modern psychology.
This pendulum technique works sterlingly. Now, by its means, you can directly and personally communicate with the unknown stranger deep in the secret places of your own mind. That is very interesting. They're also talking about automatic writing here, which I know is very useful in spirit work as well to communicate with your guides. So I am very interested in all of this. Every man who knows how to read has it in his power to magnify himself, to multiply the ways in which he exists, to make his life full, significant, and interesting. I love that. This was published in 1964 to my wife, Lynn. All. Introduction, what you should know about your subconscious, how you can communicate directly with your inner mind. So there's a lot of chapters in this book. The value of positive thinking and healthful relaxation. I love that. How to overcome feelings of inferiority and a poverty complex. 111. Angel numbers. Heal your own emotional scars. Oh my gosh, this book seems very all-encompassing when it comes to a lot of the problems we face in our day-to-day lives. So I am very curious. I also believe in hypnosis and its effectiveness, I guess I should say, for dealing with a lot of things and overcoming things. So I feel like I absolutely have to read this book. Let me see. It seems to be perfectly readable, perfectly legible. So I'm going to be reading the ever living F out of this. And I might even do a video on it because I have never in my life heard about this book. So let me know if you want me to let you know more about this book because it's crazy how intrigued I am. Okay, we got a big boy. This one's a big boy. History of Art, 2nd edition. I can't tell who the author is. Very interesting. Do I already have this book? I might already have this book. I purchased it secondhand years ago off of Amazon. This is from 1977. I don't know. I might already have this book. But History of Art, I mean, I'm keeping it. Obviously, it is a little highlighted or a lot highlighted, but that's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, there are some markings in here, but that's fine. So some color photographs, some black and white. Lovely, 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 lovely. Like I said, I might already have this book. I'm looking at it right now. Let me actually go get it. Okay, so this is mine, and it is the same author, History of Art. This is the 4th edition, so this one would be the 2nd edition. So I have the 4th edition and the 2nd edition now. There's a little dedication here, which I remember I got this book in the mail and I was like, that's so sweet. I love that. So I'm not sure exactly how it would differ. Maybe more of the photos are in color, but this one is definitely in a lot better condition, like the one I had already. So I might go through this and compare and see, but a big part of me just wants to go ahead and keep both because, yeah, I just want to go ahead and keep both, to be honest. Okay, so this book, this is the back cover. I'm not showing the whole thing because it is something very local to me and I don't want to include it. Also, there's a lot of names in here and photos of students and stuff. It's a university book, but yeah, it's just very local to me, so I'm not gonna go ahead and show it, but I just did want to show that it was part of the 20 books. This is by far the biggest one so far. I don't think it fits in all of my frame, but it says Ancient Egypt. There's some stuff in here. I'm not going to look at it on camera because I don't know if it's personal information. Ancient Egypt, Discovering the Splendors. This is a National Geographic book. This was published in 1978, so it has The People of the River, Pyramids, The Pleasures of Life, The Gift of Writing, Pathway to the Gods, Change in a Changeless Land, and The Crest of Empire. Absolutely beautifully printed. Very lovely in here. Look at all these huge photographs. I mean, this is a coffee table book if I've ever seen one. These are the books that like cost like $80, $60 because it has so many beautiful photographs in it. This is lovely. The cover is obviously like seen much better days, but the inside of the book is in pristine condition, I would say myself. So look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I love the huge photographs in this. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, so this is probably going to be like a coffee table book for us, maybe at some point, because we do have a 2-year-old running around, and I don't want her to get her little hands on this and go to town. So I'm going to be keeping that in a very safe spot. And last, but maybe not least, The World of Model Trains. So this was published, I don't know, it's not really telling me. Okay. 1978. Photography, The Pursuit of Realism. Okay, so yeah, The World of Model Trains. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Some really big pictures here. This is cute. It's not a topic I'm really like interested in myself, I have to say. Oh, there's another extra book in there. Okay, so yeah, it's not something I'm really interested in myself, but I'm sure somebody would absolutely love this. Let's see what this is. Price list in order form. Scale electric trains and accessories. Smoke oil. I didn't know there was like an oil that would make them smoke. That's cute. I wonder if this number even still exists. This has to be like from the 70s or the 80s. I love how this is illustrated. I'm very much considering even framing this because I think it's very, very interesting and would actually make like a nice art piece. I just loved like the red and the black together like that. Look how cheap everything was. Well, I don't know. Is this cheap? Because I see here that this must be like the actual trains themselves. $30, $55 for a train. And this must be like the 80s, like I said. So I don't know if these prices are reasonable. I don't know anything about trains, model trains, or regular trains for that matter. 1979, yeah, so this is from 1979. That is really interesting. I love like older stuff, like finding older stuff. Okay, so this is layouts for HO scale railroads. So it's like best ways to lay them. Okay, yeah, that's, oops, has something gone wrong? Something wrong, we want to help. Ooh, see this? I might use for collaging because I love the big oops. I love that. Even another little manual here. Your Tyco train set could be just the beginning. The beginning of years of enjoyment and pleasure. This is so cute. The urge to collage is there. I don't know, because like realistically, people, when am I going to use this? Never. Even if I were to donate this, who's going to pick this up? I mean, someone might, but you can't even get these products anymore, at least not for these prices, like at all. So the urge is strong with this one. But like I said, I do want to frame this one because I like the way it looks. Model trains, guys. Model trains, model railroads, mountains, foliage, adding stuff around it. Have some drawings. I understand how it'd be like a very involved and lovely hobby for somebody. All right, my loves, that has been all 20 books. I didn't count them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, there's about 20 here for sure. All right, yeah, so that has been the 20 books. I have to say I am kind of blown away by some of these super interesting topics. I have to say, if I have to pick like my favorites, it's the National Geographic Egyptian book, the hieroglyphs one, the like self-massage one, and the constellation one. But I'm also super intrigued by the self-hypnosis one. So, and I'm very fortunate to have found this listing. So if you like this video, you know, give me a like, comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Subscribe to my channel for tarot readings and art stuff and other stuff. Really just anything that I feel like making a video on, but it's very much like spirituality and art related. So yeah, let me know what you think about these books. Let me know if you have any of these books, or even like similar books to these that you really think are interesting and that you want to share. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.